Pratham, my little brother, remained silent for 2 years before we discovered that he had a tumor. Rhabdomyosarcoma, stage 4. He remained silent because he was afraid. He couldn't possibly imagine inconveniencing my parents by having cancer. He died a year and a half later, on 25th May 2018, just 2 months before his 18th birthday. I refused to prepare a speech for his memorial service. I must have muttered something, but I didn't say what I wanted to say. I remained silent because I was afraid. I mean, saying it out loud would make it real. Audre Lorde's daughter once told her, "Tell them about how you're never really a whole person if you remain silent, because there's always that one little piece inside of you that wants to be spoken out. And if you keep ignoring it, it gets madder and madder and hotter and hotter. And if you don't speak it out one day, it will just up and punch you in the mouth from the inside." And I was sucker punched. And here's why. Because I tried to kill myself 2 times in 3 years, but he dies of cancer. Because I lost 7 years to an eating disorder, I eat just enough to live, but he lived to eat and cook. Last January, he had begun to lose function in his right arm, and by the summer, was completely paralyzed, yet he managed to cook more with a limp arm at the age of 17 than I ever did. In fact, the day we had to put in a feeding tube up his nose was the day he died. The one thing that gave his life meaning, the one thing that gave him more hope than the Avengers, was taken away from him. It's funny, the day they discovered the tumor, I had just been admitted to the psychiatric ward after spending 4 days in the ER. I had just attempted suicide again, except this time I felt ready to accept help. Until I got the call. See, my family lives in India. I was here. Pratham was in India, and he needed me. So I dropped everything and I went back home. I was still suicidal though, to be honest. I don't remember a time that I wasn't, but I didn't want to die anymore. Pratham wanted to make it to my graduation, and he made me want to make it too. And now he's taken away from me. Everyone says, you have to live for Pratham now. You have to eat for Pratham now. But I just want to be with Pratham now. And instead, I'm here. And you could say I'm here for Pratham. That is one way of looking at it. But when you have been bouncing back and forth between depression and mania for as long as I have, you don't care to stay for the living, let alone your ghosts. That memorial service must have been the strangest event I ever attended. I walked in and thought, this isn't what he would have wanted. But midway between the prayers and speeches and the way his friends looked me in the eyes while they were up there sharing their memories, I realized that this service wasn't for Pratham, not really. It was for us. We begin to heal the moment we feel heard. But I didn't feel the need to voice my pain because it seemed to have already been voiced by everyone around me. Everyone shared their favorite memories of Pratham, and every story ended with laughter, actual laughter. Now let me tell you, my brother had the best laugh in the world. It was obnoxious, but it was contagious. It was hopeful. And I think that's why I'm here. I think I am ready to be heard. This is when I begin to heal. So, Pratham, I don't see the point of a eulogy because I still talk about you and to you every single day. I want to be with you, but I am with you every day that I wear your clothes, every day that I fight the urge to purge every meal because I can still hear you say, "Prachi, don't punish your body, please." I could never say everything that I want to say, and everything that I do say is never enough, but maybe that will keep me from remaining silent ever again. Because I have never heard silence quite this loud, and the only sound that has been able to drown it out lately has been the memory of your laugh. You demanded happiness, Pratham. You spoke happiness into existence enough to go around. And I promise to keep it going around. I promise to share the mark that you made on me, on our family, the mark of joy. I love you. Think of the people that you assume are always going to be around. They won't. But the impact they made on you, on the world, is forever. So take that Embody that. Share it with the people who are still around, but don't forget to save some for yourself.